Last year, did you do this kind of problem?
Yeah, we didn't even do it. Yeah.
You didn't do mixed fraction. John Franco, were you here at this school?
No, I didn't understand. Yeah, me too. I didn't understand.
Okay, but how many of you at this school did mixed fractions last year? All right, well, we've been doing the kind where you just go 7/8. You know, you get your common denominator. This is a common denominator, 8 and 8. And then you go ahead and add them, which is how many 8s is that? Nobody knows how many 8s that is? Well, somebody say it. Right here. It's what? It's 12/8. Okay. But then you have to do what?
You have to add 5 plus 6.
Hold on just a second. I need to get a pen that works. Alrighty. Well, ignore this for just a moment. Like, we've been doing this kind without a number in front. So, this should be an 8. Okay. And then once I have that, what do you have to do? You can reduce, but even if I reduce, so I can divide by 4, and that's going to be 3/2. But that still is not correct. Who knows why? Jesse? Because the numerator is larger. So this is my box size is 2. Again, it's 3 divided by 2. How many boxes can I fill?
1.
1. Okay. And then 1 times 2 is 2. I've used 2 pieces. How many are left over? 1. And I could have also done it from the 12/8. And this is going to be 1. 1 times 8 is 8. And this 4 would be left over. But it still ends up being, what happens with these two? Is 4 half of 8? Yes. So it still comes down to 1 1/2. So I could have filled up the boxes first and then reduced it, or reduced it first. But now, okay, now you've got the additional problem here. And here's the problem. Traditionally, they will teach you to go ahead and do the 11 plus the 12/8, and then change the 12/8 to that mixed number, which comes to 1 1/2. So in other words, I was able to make, in this first week, 5 filled boxes, and I had 7 pieces left over. I needed 1 more piece to make another whole box, but I didn't have it. The next week I made 6 full boxes, and I had 5 pieces left over. I needed 3 more, but I didn't have it. So we added all of our pieces together. We added all of our whole boxes together. But then we have the problem of undoing this and say, well, if I had 12 pieces, the 7 and the 5, that's 12/8. Well, hey, that makes another whole box. I can wrap up, that's my whole point, is I'm baking cookies and I'm trying to wrap up as many as I have. So that is going to be 1 1/2. But then I already had 11, so I've got to add these two together, which is 12 1/2. So actually, I was able to make 12 1/2 boxes. Who sees a problem in that? Who sees a problem in doing that? It takes too long. It takes too long, and it's giving me a headache. It's too many steps. I'm going to go crazy. So I need you to, Gianni, put everything away right now, and I need you to focus on what we're doing right now. So I'm going to do this again. So I'm going to do it again, and you can just watch just for a second. I just want you to get the idea, and then we're going to do some of these together. All right. So again, you've got to understand that the whole point of what we're doing is I'm trying to make as many whole gift boxes as possible. Every gift box has 8 in it. Every time I fill it up and I've got 8 pieces, 8 over 8, I can wrap it up. So all of these had 8 in it. So I was able to fill them up and wrap them. These are the leftovers. And this is what I made the next week. And these were the leftovers. So if you get that concept, Christian, in your head, okay, and I don't want you to do one single thing on the worksheet that I gave you. That's why I didn't want you to finish yesterday's, because it comes up ugly like this, where it's a lot of work. And I'm trying to show you a different way. So I want you to look at the pieces. How many more pieces does this one need to be filled?
1.
It needs only 1. Get that concept in your head. How many pieces does this need for it to be filled? 3. Okay. So which one of these two left, like this one again has 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay. So this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So this one's almost filled, and you can see it only needs 1 more piece. Well, hey, can I take it from this one? Yes. I can take one from this and move it over here. So get this concept in your head, because we're going to do this a lot, and it's going to save you a lot of time. So once I have filled it, I can wrap it and move it. And then I've only got 4 left here. So now I'm going to kind of put it all together. So I'm going to do it mathematically. I only need 1 here, so I'm going to put plus 1. And I'm going to take 1 from this. If I take 1 from the 5, Christian, you shouldn't be doing anything else except paying attention. You shouldn't be working on yesterday's. It's done for right now. All right. So on this one, I need 1. How many am I going to have left over in this leftover box?
4.
4. Okay. So this one, that's now 8 over 8. It is filled. I wrap it and I move it. And so now I've got 6 and 6 is 12 whole boxes and 4 eighths left over, which is a half. So sometimes if you see it right here, oh, that is a half. So you're going to find out in just a few minutes. It's a lot easier than going through all of that process. So now we're going to look at the cryptic quiz. And again, keep your one from yesterday. I don't know how much of it we're going to get done. Jesse, I didn't give you yours back, so I need to give you yours back. What's that? Okay, so I'll give it back to you. So now let's look at this one. Okay. So again, I was able to the first week make 4 whole boxes. And by the way, this is assignment something. I have to figure out what it is. Hold on just 1 second. I'll let you know in just a second because I've got to find my booklet. Oh, it's right here. It is assignment number 24. So go ahead and put a 24. Okay. Alrighty. And then, so here are my whole boxes, the 4 and the 3. And these are my leftovers. This is how many pieces I have on my table. That should go in a size 5 box. This is how many pieces I've got. If I have 1 more, I can fill it. This one I need 2 more. Which one is almost filled? The 4 over 5. How many pieces does it need to be filled? 1. So do I have enough to get it from this top one?
Yes.
Yes. You can only do this with adding. I can add 1 to this, so you can write this down on your paper. And I'm going to take 1 from this. If I take 1 from that, how many are going to be left over? 2. Okay. So now this is the really important step right here. It's 5 over 5. My box is filled. I'm going to wrap it, and I'm going to put it in the whole box section. And I should be done. How many whole boxes do I have altogether now?
4, 8.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8 whole boxes. And this is gone because we moved this. But we've got how many left over? 2 over 5. And see if that answer is there.
Yes. On the 1 and the 3.
And yeah, go ahead and put the letter R everywhere you see that. All right. Was that the only one?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's look at the next one. Okay. So again, I've got one whole box this week, and then I had 7 pieces left over. How many did I need to fill it up? I need one more, but I didn't have it that week. This week I made 5 whole boxes, and I had 5 pieces left over. Very good. This one's almost filled, and so it needs one more. So put a +1, and we can take it from the 5. And if I take one from the 5, it becomes a what?
4.
A 4. And then we have to wrap the whole one. So the whole one now is the 8/8. So let's wrap that up. That's whole, and it goes on the whole package side. So how many is that all together on the whole?
7.
It's 7 whole and 4/8. Can that be reduced?
Yes.
4 is how much of 8?
1.
Is half. Alrighty. Then find that answer. Okay, I just have to look at our time. We get out of here at 10:30. Okay, so this is about, okay, so where is that at?
It's on the last one.
The last row? Okay, good. The letter U. Okay. All right. And so I'm going to leave that just for a second. Let's do it with these, on some of these that are going across. Okay. So we'll see if we can work them right here. So this one is 8 and 11/15. And then I made one package, and I only had enough dough to make 14 cookies, but my box size is 15. Is there one of those that is almost filled?
14.
How many does it need?
1.
Do you have at least one from the other left over? Yes. So we're going to put one here, and we're going to take one from here. If I take one from here, what's left? 10. And now here's the important thing. I've got to wrap this 15/15 because now it's filled. And I'm just going to put it right here. So now how many whole do I have?
10.
I've got 8, not very good. I've got 10. And then I've got 10/15. Can that be divided by something?
Yeah.
By 5. If I divide that by 5, it's going to be
2 and 3.
2. And if I divide that by 5, it's going to be 3. There can't be an easier way to do fractions. Did you do it this way, Jen Franco? I'm sure you didn't last year. You guys probably did it the long way, like I did the first one.
We did it the long way, and by near the end, we split it together like that in a different way.
Yeah.
So we didn't really get to that.
But this is a lot easier, I think. You know, it's a lot easier. Okay, so 10 2/3. And that is going to be an X. Alrighty. And then let's do the ones with 3 of them. We'll do this one right here. All right. All right. Can you see a box that's almost filled?
7/8.
The 7/8. It needs how many more?
1.
Well, guess what? Can I take it from this one?
Yeah.
I could have taken it from either of them, but since that's only got 1, let's just take the whole thing, because that would be a 0, and add it to this one. And then make sure that you wrap your box, and we'll add it to the whole boxes. And so let's see what we've got. We've got 13 and 10.
23.
So you're right, it is 23. And if you're not seeing where I got 13 from, that's 12 and 1 is 13, 3 and 7 is 10, so 23. And who knows how many eighths are left over? 5 eighths, because that's gone. That's gone. The only thing that's left is the 5 eighths. Alrighty. And then let's look at,
It's on the last line, the last.
oh, it's where?
The last line.
Put on the last row on the last.
Okay. Alrighty. And then this one, who thinks they know if I took the 5/12ths and 5/12ths and 5/12ths all together, what would that be? This one, the W.
All of them will be 15
15/12ths. Can you make it into a whole box then?
Yeah.
Or I could take, here's another way I can do it. I can wipe out one of these. I'm going to wipe all of this out. I'm going to wipe it all out, make it a 0, and give all 5 of them to this one. So this one has how many now? It has 10. It only needs how many more to be filled? Can I get it from this one?
Yes.
Yes. So I'm going to take 2 from this one, which leaves how many?
3.
Which leaves 3. And I'm adding that 2 here. So now I've got 5 and 5 is 10, 11, 12. I've got 12 over 12. Is that filled now?
Yes.
So I can wrap that up, and I'll put it maybe right here. So I've got 8, this is 18. 18 and 8 is, what's 8? What's 8 plus 8? 16, so it's 26. So it's 26, and 20 more is what?
36.
26 and 20 more?
46.
46. So it's going to be 46. And again, this is gone. This is gone. It's just 3 over 12. And it can be reduced into what?
3.
Divided by 3, divided by 3. So it is going to be 1 over 4. And then find that answer.
It's on the last. No.
Oh, yeah, it's on the second
row.
one, on the last.
No, it's the second row.
I said that.
No, didn't you say the last row?
I said the second row, the last.
She said the second one.
Oh,
All right, so it is the letter W.
There's 2 of it.
Are there 2? There's another one?
The second row, the last one, and the middle one.
Okay, you're right.
Wait, where's that?
There's not one on the first row. 2 of them right here.
Oh, that's the beginning.
All right, then we'll do probably a couple of the word problems, and I think, by the way, look at this one, the letter O. Here I need, okay, here I need 6 to fill it up. Do I have enough from the other box?
No.
No, if you don't have enough, you don't have enough. So all you could do is add what you have. I've got 5, and 3 is what? Is 8 over 11. And then I just add my whole boxes. So that's going to be 7 and 4 is 11. 4 and 2 is 6, 7. Okay. And that is it. So I've got 71 and 8 over 11. And find that.
Next to W, there's also 2 on the third one.
You're right. Okay. Then we'll go ahead and look at the 2 word problems, and you're going to have a very short assignment. It says, how many innings did he pitch last week altogether? So Lefty pitched 7 2/3 on Monday and 5 2/3 innings on Friday. How do you get a total altogether?
By adding.
By adding. So it's 5, and we can do it down here, 5 2/3 plus 7 2/3. So this is going to be, oh, I can do the same thing. They're both the same number, so both of them are almost filled. This one needs how many?
1.
Can I get it from the other?
Yes.
I have enough, so I'm going to reduce this one by 1. So it's only got 1, and I'm going to add 1 to this one. So now it's got 3 over 3. Once it's got 3 over 3, I wrap it, and I'm going to move it with my whole numbers. So I've got 5, I'm sorry, I've got 7, and 5 is 12, and 1 more is what?
13.
13, and what? What's left?
1 over 3.
1 over 3. Because remember, we wrap that up. That's why I want you to wrap it, because that's gone now. So we just have the 1/3 left. So it's 13 and 1/3.
The first one. The first one. Oh.
And that is the letter A.
Oh yeah. The second row. The first row and the
So last and it's up here.
And so how many in the first row? Oh, here. So. And there's a 13 and 1/3 here.
And then there's another one in the second row. In the first row. The other. There's 3 in the first.
Oh, there's one.
Oh,
in the
yeah,
second
okay.
row.
Right here. So there's 3 there. Alrighty. And then the last word problem that we're going to do, and then you're going to have a short assignment, is how long did it take him to do the climb? It took him 5 3/4 to climb to the top. It took 3.5 hours to climb down. If he spent 1.5 hours at the top just looking around, how long altogether was his climb? Who knows what you would have to do? Add. Now, I'm going to line them up so you can, I want you to watch something. So he went 5 3/4, then 3 1/4 down, then 1 1/2 looking around at the top. Okay. All right. I want to see if anybody can see something with the fourths, the ones that have the common denominator of fourths.
Oh, so 3 and 4. Almost all.
Very good. There you go. Okay. So watch carefully. I didn't have to get a common denominator because this box here. Oh, hold on a second. It looks like this goes to here. So don't think it's part of that. All right. So we're looking at this right here. So if I have 3 apples in a size 4 carton and 1 more apple, will that be filled?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't even have to move it. I can just kind of circle these 2 because that would make 4 over 4. And that would be a whole box. And so I can move it over. So we're almost done. Let me see if somebody can come up with the answer before I say it. Gianfranco, what do you think?
It is 10 over 2/4.
It's 9.
Christian, what?
No, 10.
10.5. Because look at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And remember, that's why I want you to wrap it and move it because those are gone. That made a hole. And we have that 1/2 left. And that is it.
Wait, what is this due?
Today.
Every assignment is due the next day.
The next day.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Oh.
If you can get it done today. So I'm going to stop. You only have,
We have to look on that.
okay, you only have these 3 and you have 7 altogether.
You said that every assignment is due the next day, so the assignment we did yesterday.
No, ma'am, that was different.